Shalom. Welcome back to the Hebrew Heritage Channel. I'm so glad you decided to come back and learn a little more of your history with me today. Grab your Bible and follow along because we're picking up where we left off in Genesis chapter 1, verse 6, and we'll end in verse 13. Today we'll discover what took place on the second and third day of creation. Let's begin. And Elohim said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And Elohim made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And Elohim called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. The word firmament means arch, like a rainbow. This arch or firmament split the waters into two. We now have water above and below the firmament. Verse 8 said, Elohim called the firmament heaven. This heaven mentioned here is the second heaven that we can see. Most people today call it space. Going back to the rainbow, I always wondered why rainbows took the shape of an arch. After reading this, it makes sense. Rainbows are arched because they reflect off the dome in the heaven called the firmament. Okay, let's continue reading. Please note, at this time, the earth hasn't appeared yet. It's still under the water we read about in verse 2. Verse 9. And Elohim said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And Elohim called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit trees yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And Elohim saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Now we see land on earth. Elohim gathered the water together, and now we see the land appearing from beneath the water mentioned in verse 2. Have you noticed when you view any map, there is more water than land? That makes sense, because in creation, verse 2, there was nothing but water. I also want to point out that all the grass, herb yielding seed, and tree yielding fruit grew out of the earth before the sun was put in the sky. These things were being done to prepare for life on earth. Each day of creation was 1,000 years, and everything was perfect. I hope you learned something from this lesson. Please join me next week to learn more. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with the people you love, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Until next time, be blessed.